So I played a Call of Duty campaign after a long time, and all thanks to a free Xbox Ultimate coupon that I received with a new controller purchase, that I was able to actually play this game and enjoy it. Now, I would not go out there and purchase a 90 Canadian dollar video game for 7 or 8 hours worth of campaign. However, if you are somebody who will slightly be indulgent in the multiplayer and get some hours out of it, and then if you are somebody who's going to enjoy the zombies mode, I feel like this game is probably worth your money. However, if you just want to try something, you have Xbox Game Pass or whatever, this campaign is solid. Now, obviously, if you are somebody who's a Call of Duty freak, you don't need to listen to me, and you're probably gonna go and purchase the game anyways. And without it, maybe your gaming life is just, not up there, and you just want to take it up there, and you're just gonna go and purchase it anyways. So, ignore whatever I'm gonna say, and just go buy and enjoy the game. However, for those who are more or less looking to hear what I actually have to say about the game and the campaign, and want to decide based on that if the campaign is worth the $90 Canadian or whatever the game is in US dollars. So I will be going through some of the details about the missions that the campaign has. There will be a little bit of spoilers. I will try to keep the footage to the minimum. I did not record past a certain point to make sure that not a whole lot is shown. But I will go deep in the campaign and some of the missions, how they play out, what elements maybe the missions have. So if you're somebody who does not want to get those ruined, I'm sorry, but this might not be the video that you're looking for. This is very much going to be a in-depth campaign review, or you can say just, me just telling my experience to you guys. So it starts off pretty simple. You're just chilling, and then you just have to explain what went down, what went wrong, and then you're just going after a new faction this time, which is, not really new. If you have played the previous Call of Duty campaigns, you just know there's always a new faction out there about to do something crazy. And as usual, there's a betrayal part, which Call of Duty, very fitting. And I think this has also been an ongoing theme with their recent games, but the main element that the story kind of goes around is a bioweapon, which at this point in time, let's be honest, it's not a new concept. If anything, it is probably one of the more overused concepts, but don't be fooled by the lackluster objective of the story, or to be honest, I will even go as far as saying the story itself. The story itself is pretty mid. I will say there was not a moment in the story where I was like, oh damn, this moment is just crazy, man, wow, I was not expecting this to happen. No, everything in the story is very predictable. Even the betrayal, it's it doesn't hit you super hard. The earth doesn't get pulled away and from under your feet. It's still there, you're still standing, you're just able to take it very nice and easy. But it does happen. The gameplay though, the gameplay is the main focus, and I think that alone is able to push the campaign of this Call of Duty pretty high up there. Now, I will not say that this is the most fun campaign, considering I have played the first two Black Ops, I have played the original Modern Warfare series, I played the Call of Duty 1 and 2, and all of them have certain elements in them that, push those games just a little bit further. However, I kind of like the approach in the gameplay in this game, because there's not much of a, people like that element, let's just bring it in, but without much of an explanation of why it's there. I think they didn't do much of that, and I can really appreciate that. They have a little bike scene, you're shooting from a bike, and obviously you're not driving, you're just chilling in the back. It's not very long either, so it's not like you feel frustrated or you feel like, oh my god, this never-ending sequence. It's not like you and Big Smoke chasing the train. It's not that annoying. All this is basically you going through a sequence, like you're just playing a scene from a movie, and it's gonna only have the positive outcome. At least on the difficulty that I played, which is regular. I have not played it on any other difficulty. I am only here to play through the game, not give myself any kind of challenge. I'm here to relax and have fun. And if you are somebody who's after that, you're gonna have a blast. So the bike scene is not too long. It's just there, and it's fun. And then there's a small scene later on in the campaign where you're driving a tank and you have to bring down an airplane. That is pretty cool as well. And again, it's the same thing. It's not very long. It just has some of the cinematics, and it just overall like gives you a fast-paced combat vibe. But other than that, it doesn't really offer much. Like, it's not like a full-fledged tank mission. It's pretty simple. There's not much vehicle combat in this game. This is probably the max that you're gonna get. The tank and the bike is where the game ends. It does not go hard on these kinds of elements. There's no plane fights. There's no nothing like that. While you can say, yeah, that part, maybe it's missed a little bit, overall, I didn't feel like the game needed it. And if anything, if they had tried to bring it in, it would have felt forced, because you are technically these fugitives who are, kind of exiled by CIA, and now you're just doing your own thing. This does add another element to the story, which I found very interesting and very unique. And my take on this is actually positive. I don't know how many people are gonna appreciate this take, the stealth approach. There's not like too much stealth. Like, it's not like Thief style stealth, where stealth is everything and you just have to utilize like all the tools that you have. No, it's very fair and simple, straightforward stealth. You don't even have to stealth if you don't want to in some of the missions. In some of them, or in some objectives, the stealth is the core part. If you get caught, actually some of the missions fail, but for the most part the stealth is pretty simple. Sometimes you're just tagging enemies, they don't even like do anything. The range from which they're able to see you is not that high, so there's just a lot of like wiggle room. But that whole section, or actually sections, with this stealth part, or this more of like going around gathering clues, this just feels Hitman. Like, I was feeling like I'm playing a Hitman game with a little bit more of a gunplay. And I kind of like that. I'm not completely against it. If anything, that actually fit more into the situation of the people that you're playing as, or more of a situation of the characters that they're in, because they have to be stealthy. They don't have the firepower. It's like 4 or 5 people. You don't expect them to just go guns blazing unless they really can't do much else. There are some missions where they do have that support, and I'll get to that one in a bit. But overall, this whole stealth section I thought was done really well. I mean, they can definitely expand on it. They can definitely make those a little bit more objective heavy, where you're not just like walking around and for the most part the enemies are harmless. Yeah, they can actually do it where maybe the enemies actually play a more important role and you're just not marking them for nothing. Like, that's what I felt most of the time. I didn't even feel the need to actually tag the enemies, but it's definitely helpful for maybe a little bit. Moving on to the section that I was talking about, where you do have more military help. One of the missions is actually kind of like a semi-open world mission, which I thought was also fun. Like, usually if I open up a map, when they're like, okay, you can just go around freely and do whatever you want, the first thing now I will say that came into my mind was, oh man, so many question marks on the map. I don't want to do an objective chasing gameplay here. I just wanted to more of be like, yeah, I just have a gun with a big magazine and I'm just gonna hold my trigger and try and kill everything that is not on my side. But overall, I think that mission was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed it. And the reason is, first question mark that I actually went to gave me a tool that made the actual objective that much easier. It didn't feel like I just did that question mark for nothing, and now I have to also do the main objectives, which are gonna take more time. No, actually going to that question mark, putting that extra time in there, helped me do the main objective faster. So that, I think, is really cool, and a very, very good way of implementing something like that. Like, okay, there's side objectives, you obviously don't have to do them, but if you do end up doing them, then there's going to be some help for you in doing the main objectives. I think that's a very good approach into doing those semi-open world stuff. And I know some people will not be a huge fan because they don't want to play that style. I know some people actually don't appreciate Elden Ring being an open world. Maybe they are a minority, but still they exist. And I can see the same thing kind of happening with Call of Duty, because this game in that mission felt less linear than it ever has for me. And this is not even the best part. The best part for me was definitely the Remnant style boss fights. And this is kind of hard to explain without like just giving you a full-on footage of what actually went down. But this is a Black Ops. We all know there's zombies, and there's one full-fledged mission that is around the zombies. And that mission, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I'm somebody who is not good with horror games. And the first time when the first zombie screamed at me, I was like, nope, I need to take a break. I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna play it in the morning with the sun out. I tried my best. I kept my lights off. I covered all the windows, and I played with headphones to have the best possible experience. But that mission, that mission is awesome. I actually really enjoyed it, even though I will say, like, the main aspect of it might actually feel tedious to some people because of the weird, like, boss fight style approach to the objective. I thought it was fine. I thought it was really a unique implementation, and on top of that, they give you a grappling hook, which actually changes the combat and the pace of the combat quite a bit. And if the mission or the setting in itself felt a little bit tedious, that little gadget that they provided actually made it more fun, because now you have a unique gadget that is only available for that small section in the campaign that really adds a different story to the combat. If you can really implement that well into how you play, oh my god, that mission actually becomes so much fun. You're gonna have so much fun zipping around like a Spider-Man with a big gun, just shooting at zombies. No care in the world. You're just chilling with a big smile on your face, going from one ledge to the other ledge while the zombies are chasing you, making sure that you don't get hit, while also taking care of a little boss in there. And you don't get to do this just once or twice. You have to do this 4 times to get 4 different unique mini objectives. And they are a core part of the story, so you have to get all of them. But they don't feel tedious, they feel fun, they're unique, all of them. And you won't feel like, I just cannot wait for this sequence to end. Even though I am somebody who actually does not like the horror stuff, I thought that section was really well done. And it was fun to just shoot the zombies, honestly. Like, there's enough ammo in the regular difficulty, I will mention it again. There's enough ammo everywhere that you can just go full-on Doomslayer style, and you're gonna have full-on fun in that mission. Love that mission. I would like to see more of, similar stuff done in the future, obviously with an objective. Don't just do it because I liked it in the previous game. Do it because it means something in the story. Maybe it doesn't, I will miss it, but I would rather have it not be there than have it be there but badly implemented. This is how I felt about the Modern Warfare 3's campaign when they just brought in the AC whatever mission. And it's basically a copy of the original Modern Warfare, where you're just sitting in the AC and you're just shooting down the enemies. Yeah, it's nostalgia, but at the same time, at least make it a little bit better. Make it, a little bit unique. Don't just copy paste it over just on a different map. It feels like it's a lazy effort. It feels like, okay, people enjoyed that, maybe they'll just enjoy it again. I don't appreciate that. I am all about nostalgia, and I want to have the same fun that I did back when I used to play those games. But at the same time, I don't like when companies just go after one mechanic that people enjoyed and then just badly implement it again and again, only in the hopes that people enjoyed it once. Doesn't matter how we implement it, as long as it's there, people will enjoy and value it. I don't like that. Black Ops 6 for me actually did not do that, and I am so happy. I love the fact, yes, they brought in zombies, which were in Black Ops 3. I don't know the others. Unfortunately, Black Ops 3 has a mission, I've watched the campaign, where you're trapped in a house, you get attacked by zombies, and then obviously it feels kind of like, yeah, it's there. But it kind of makes sense. Like, once you play through the campaign, it is kind of something that you predict as soon as it's about to happen. I was able to predict it because I knew it was coming and it was gonna happen at some point. But by God, execution of it is just fun. Overall, I just want to say that I had a lot of fun playing through this campaign. It had so many elements that bring back the old happiness that I used to get from playing through FPS campaigns. I'm a huge sucker for FPS campaigns. I don't care much about multiplayer because of how many there are. There's too many multiplayer games out there, and I just go from one to the other. Like right now, the most played game that I have on Steam is actually Hunt Showdown, which is multiplayer shooter. But I am kinda tired of it to the point that I have not played it in like 6-7 months. And as soon as I played the Call of Duty campaign, I was like, man, why did I lose this part of my gaming? I love this. I appreciate this. Obviously, all of this comes with a price tag of 90 Canadian dollars. And that is something that I don't appreciate because I feel like the campaign is fun. I had a lot of enjoyment. But at the same time, I would have never gone out there to purchase this game. Even after playing through the campaign, I feel like the campaign alone is just not worth the 90 Canadian dollars for me. And that is where the game's, sad part begins. That they implement this stupid Call of Duty HQ, but at the same time, they're not willing to sell different elements of the game separately. Now, looking at how Activision is, this is probably not gonna be good for people because I can totally see them overcharge for each section. Like story, $40, zombies, $40, multiplayer, $50. So for a game that you could buy for like 90 Canadian with all three of them, now somebody has to go out there and shell out those 130 Canadian dollars plus tax to get the same experience that they're getting for 90 because, Call of Duty will be like, yeah, well, we did this, so. But being able to play the game for free, it was a really fun campaign. And I just want to say that Activision, while the company's at this point reputation is not the best, and I don't know which way they're going, I just want to say that I want more single player FPS campaigns. Please, I love them. Multiplayer games are good. Yes, you can get a lot of hours out of them. But this is fun, man. Like, I missed this. And all I can say is if you're somebody who missed it, and maybe if you can get access to the Xbox Pass or whatever, maybe go that route. I think it's $20-ish. And for that, I think the 8-ish hours of campaign, plus you still have your 30 days, so you can go and try the multiplayer or zombies even, is probably worth it. Very fun game, and the price tag is stupid. Activision as a company, I don't know how many people are still willing to support it, but man, I miss these single player FPS game experiences. Last one before this one that I had fun with was Titanfall 2, and now I'm just waiting for the next Doom, and I'm hoping that that campaign can also bring something really, really awesome because this is awesome. Oh my god. So yeah, this is my experience through the campaign and how I feel about it, how I feel about Call of Duty in general. Hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.